And I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath. Then I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, "What's going on, Daddy?" And I said, "Hey, yeah,
Meow,
yeah,
meow,
yeah, yeah,
meow, meow,
hey,
meow.
yeah, yeah." I said, "Hey, what's going on? Shake it for me, Daddy. Woo, woo, woo." All right, so here we go. Working Perspectives Podcast presents The Retorted Show. Matt Lavelle, he's Burn Podcast. You see, we're going to recap some stuff tonight. Not a lot to talk about. The old best team in the league, the Philadelphia Eagles, had a much deserved bye week, so not anything for me and LeSchmigla to vent about. But how about your boys, the G Men? Benoit, everything good?
G-Men were fine, man. They were fine. They played the Niners. They got beat by the Niners. Here's what I got to vent about. You want to know what I got to vent
Please,
about?
love it.
What's going on in the old Monday night game? Because I can't watch it because I have YouTube TV.
It's on
And
ABC. You
Ooh.
got an antenna?
well, I don't. I had to find one.
You got
Um,
a random cable connection anywhere? You know, you get
no
3, 6,
random.
10, and 9.
Yeah, well, that's the thing here, folks. That's the thing.
Mm,
ESPN, YouTube TV are beefing with each other. They can't seem to agree on a deal.
mm,
So
mm, mm,
YouTube
mm, mm.
TV took off ESPN and all of its other channels at on Friday, and they have yet to return. This is a case of two companies: YouTube TV, which is owned by Google, and ESPN, which is owned by ABC Disney. Uh, Two companies that have so much fucking money.
Mm,
They're
mm.
just
Yeah.
beefing over who deserves to have more money. Neither one of these companies is hurting. Neither one of these companies is losing a dime. YouTube TV is saying, "Hey guys, we want to give you these channels. You
Sure.
signed up for it, and we
Right.
pitched you. We said we
Yeah.
had it, but
Sure.
Disney just doesn't want to play ball." And Disney's going, "Hey guys, we would never ever do something like that just because ESPN launched its own $30 a month app in August that is tanking right now in
They
subscriptions."
already did it to Sling last year.
Yep,
And then eventually Sling caved. And
yep.
I think YouTube's gonna cave eventually. Some of
Well,
my friends think they won't because YouTube's big, but I think YouTube will cave eventually.
To
it's
Disney? Cave to
it's
Disney, you're saying?
Yes. Yes, I
the
do.
the question
Okay.
is that's what I've been trying to figure out, Liam. Who has the leverage here, right? Like which side has the most leverage? Because YouTube TV is owned by Google, right? And I think
Mm,
YouTube TV accounts for about 10% of Google's revenue, which is not that much, right?
no.
Um, but ESPN launched their own app in August. It's 30 to
Uh-huh.
29.99 a month, and the subscription numbers have been way, way, way below what they thought they were going to be. So from ESPN's perspective, they're like, "Hey, we're going to ask YouTube for a tremendous amount of money for this deal." YouTube's going to go, "Wait a minute, that's not whatever that's not how we negotiate." And then ESPN's going to go, "Well, you can always go out and get Hulu Live, which we also own, or go pay $30 a month for the ESPN app, which we also own."
Oof.
The real wild man here is the NFL, who has relationships with both of them. All right, there's a
Mm,
game that was exclusively on YouTube this year. I'm sure YouTube would like to continue that. Monday
yeah.
Night Football is on ESPN. I'm sure ESPN would like to continue that. So I was just wondering when the NFL gets involved and is like, "Hey, cut the shit. It's Cowboys Cardinals on Monday night. Air the goddamn game."
It's the Jerry
I'd
Maguire
say
Bowl.
another
The
I'd
old
say
Jerry
another
Maguire
week or
game.
two. Dude,
Yeah.
NFL I have NFL Plus so here's what I use NFL Plus and an
Uh-huh.
antenna, and I have missed zero NFL football this season.
No shizzle.
Really?
It's
The
that fucking
Schmigley, you
easy.
got
Yes.
all the breakdowns, Daddy. You know all the gimmicks, babe.
That's why
You
Liam's our
know?
goddamn resident genius.
I tell you. Tell you all the time. I tell you all the time, Benoit Payud. How many times do I tell you?
All the time.
All the time I tell you. He's a genius. Genius. We needed him. All right, but let's keep it moving. What do you got next, Benoit?
Not a whole lot, guys. Just that was my vent right there. The Giants are
Good
going to
vent. Good
Giants,
vent. Clap,
but
snap it
I'm
up. Good vent.
yeah, more angry at the two. Just how much goddamn money. How much money do you need, guys? How much goddamn money do
More
you
than
need?
the answer to that, Burn, is more than God. They all
Yeah,
need
Yeah.
more money than God.
yeah.
They do.
Speak
They do.
speaking of the Giants, as far as our recap went, I had a little faith in my boys getting 2.5 points last week from at home from the San Francisco 49ers.
Mm.
But it wasn't meant to be. Giants ended up dropping that game 34-24. We mixed in another missed field goal there just to make sure it was a 10-point game and was never within reach.
No.
Our boy Jackie Dart became the first quarterback since the way, the truth, and the light, Timothy Tebow, to have
Woo-hoo.
both rookie to have a passing and a rushing touchdown 3 straight games. That's now
Oh.
5 games this year for Dart with a passing and rushing touchdown. Giants are pretty hard to watch right now without their weapons. They are now down to their 6th and 7th string cornerbacks.
Oh.
And the 49ers, I mean, it was McCaffrey, it was Brian Robinson, it was their fullback Juszczyk. They just
Yeah.
pounded the ball down their throat. There was nothing New York could do about it. So I'm
Mm.
excited about Jackson Dart. I think he's going to be he's the right guy there in the future. But I think for the rest of the season, it's going to be tough sledding. I took the Giants, Maddie and Liam, smart enough to take the San Francisco 49ers in that
Right,
one.
right.
Now, let me just say,
Yeah.
without the results from tonight's game, because the Monday night game is happening right now, we had a little bit of a swing, Liam, after week one, 8-6. This week, Liam got 4, I got 5, Maddie got 7,
Well, I'm a
which is going to
genius, fellas.
put Maddie in the lead overall. Let's jump back. We'll do a little backtrack to Thursday night football. Liam had Miami catching 7.5 at home from Baltimore.
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad at all. Unlike the week before, Lamar Jackson was in fact back. And Maddie
Totally
and I
back.
took Baltimore. Yeah, totally back. That was a 28-6 Ravens road W. What do you guys think
Little
about
bit
Wasn't
that?
that
of a
the one we
boat
didn't know
race.
if he was coming back yet?
The week before, we thought he was coming back, and then he ended up not coming back.
Yeah.
Last week, he was back.
Can I give you some
And-
numbies, Daddy? Would you like some
Hit me.
numbies?
Hit the numbies.
Lamar Jackson, 18 for 23, 204 yards and 4 Tedinskis. And your boy King Henry, the King, 19 carries, 119 yards. Pound the rock, Daddy. Pound the rock. Zay Flowers was the leading receiver, 5 receptions, 64 yards, no Tedowskis. And then last week, I mean, Tua must have listened to the show again and gotten a big head because he had a monster week last week. This week, 25 for 40, 261 yards, and 1 interception, 0 Tedinskis. His leading receiver was Jalen Waddle with 6 receptions for 82 yards. But yeah, I mean, I guess he maybe moved the ball in between the 20s, but couldn't poke the hole. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't poke the hole. So yeah, those were the numbies for the Ravens Dolphins. What do you got next, Benoit?
Well, I was going to say, too, for some reason, the Miami comes out. They fired their general manager the morning after that game, but announced that Mike McDaniel will remain the coach for the remainder of the season. I don't know what the point of firing your GM and keeping your coach is, especially when it seems like those guys have pretty much quit on him. But again, Miami, not great at making football decisions. So I
Yeah,
don't think
you're talking about
like,
Miami, not
exactly. Doesn't make
I
a
think
lot
it's
of
just-
sense.
I mean, I think they just don't want to be one of those teams that gets rid of their coach midseason because they're like, look, who are we going to get that isn't going to be a dumpster fire, right? Like they still remember
That's
the
true.
time Dan Campbell filled in for interim head coach. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh god, we don't want this again.
Yeah, enough of this guy.
But even though Campbell actually rallied him, with young Tannehill and Richie Incognito.
Tannehill.
Richie Incognito.
Dude, think of that line though. It had one of the Pouncey twins, Richie
Uh-huh.
Incognito, and Jake Long on that Miami line.
Yeah,
Woof.
they were no
Woof.
joke.
All right, what do you got next, Benoit?
All right, guys, we're hitting the upset circle next. We're going to a little Minnesota at Detroit. Detroit at home, laying
Golly.
8.5.
Ugh.
Your boy, old Uncle B here, was the only one who took Minnesota. But
This was
what
a
a,
trap game if I ever saw it. You know,
it ended up looking like a super trap game. I don't know what it was. Detroit was able to, Minnie was able to get pressure all day on Jared Goff, and it was pretty clear early on that he was not comfortable. And I read a stat today: Jameer Gibbs, who I couldn't figure out why he wasn't in the game that much.
Yeah.
He gave up 7 pressures himself, so could not block. Just they could. That's why Montgomery played almost that whole game. Gibbs was getting absolutely roasted in there
Really?
as a blocking back. Yeah.
I mean,
So an interesting little
you want
stat.
some numbies? Oh, stat me.
No, I said that was it. That was an interesting little stat. I've never heard of a running back
Yeah, getting
get how many
pulled for not
pressures they get.
blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to combine, they had 20 rushes. David Montgomery had 11. Jameer Gibbs had 9. Montgomery went 11 carries, 40 yards, 1 touchdown. Jared Goff, still not a terrible day. I mean, 25 or 37 attempts, 25 completions, 284 yards, 2 tutties. And then Sam Laporta, shout out, big white tight end. And then Jason Jay Williams. They each had a touchdown. Leading receiver was Amon-Ra St. Brown, 9 receptions, 97 yards. He got them hard yards, Amon-Ra. Hard yards for Amon-Ra. But the Vikings, I mean, J.J. McCarthy showed up. He only had 25 pass attempts, completed 14
No, he didn't.
of them.
He sucked. Everybody was talking about how
I'm just saying, like,
look,
he didn't. He showed up. I'm just saying. I didn't mean like he had a great game. Sorry. Yeah, maybe I made it wrong or said it wrong. But either way, J.J. McCarthy was there. He really didn't. I mean, like 25 attempts isn't a lot. He only completed 14 of the 25. Right, 143 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. So they really relied on the run game. You know what I mean? They had 29 rushing attempts total,
Yes.
9 of them being from J.J. McCarthy. And Aaron Jones, 9 carries, 78 yards. And then Jordan Mason had 10 carries for 36 yards, right? Like, you know, I mean, Justin Jefferson, 6 receptions, 47 yards, and a touchdown. Like, they had, you know, they spread the ball out a little bit, but, like, it really seemed like the package was like a protect the quarterback, don't put too much of the game in his hands, let's hand the ball off consistently, let's throw it not a lot. You know what I mean? So I agree with you, Liam. He just, you know, he did have a turnover, but the game plan it seems like it was built around let's ease him in and let's hopefully let the defense chop a little wood here, which is what happened. But
Yep.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
What we got next?
Next, we're going to maybe the most ridiculous game of the entire day: Chicago at Cincinnati.
Jesus.
Oh.
Liam, I want to hear what Liam's thoughts are on this
Yeah.
after you, Burn. Go ahead, hit what you got.
All 3 of us took Cincinnati, which looked
Sure.
like we were in really good shape as they ended up scoring 15 points in 49 seconds during the final 2 minutes of this game. Only to have their defense, which is an absolute sieve. Ball goes back to the Bears with 45 seconds left. And of course, the Bears walking off with a touchdown with time remaining. There was a tremendous amount of lead changes. Cincinnati opens this game with the opening
ran back
return to open the game.
Fast
Flacco,
white boy. Shout out all white team.
Flacco throws for his career high, 450 plus yards.
You want the numbies? I'll give you the numbies, Dad. 431 for 47, 470 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. What a fucking day. T. Higgins, 7 receptions, 121 yards, 2 Tudinskis. Jamar Chase, 6 receptions, 111 yards. He had 200-yard receivers, right? They really didn't, Chase Brown had 11 carries for 37 yards. Really didn't run the ball that much. They only had 15 total carries. 47 pass attempts. I mean, the pass attempts were only 10 years older than him. He's 37. But I mean, what a day! Then Caleb Williams, He had, I mean, 20 for 34, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, so not a bad day. And then if you look at Kyle Manang, I forget, how do you say it? Manangahe, whatever. 26 rushes for 176 yards. I mean, talk about putting the game on your fucking back. And then Liam's probably new favorite white boy. Shout out all white team. Colston Loveland, 6 receptions, 118 yards, and 2 touchdowns, including the one to seal it. Liam, what are your thoughts, Daddy?
Yeah, that was awesome. Dude, I don't even care that Cincinnati lost. I'm sure he cares that they lost, but I love watching fucking Diamond Joe just killing it,
The
fucking
best.
picking them apart, dude.
Yeah.
He makes his decisions like that. He still can put the ball there. It's just it's
Dude,
fun
some of
to
those
watch,
passes
dude.
were fucking
Everybody loves
dimes.
watching it.
Yeah. I love it. I love seeing it. Dude, Liam, like the passes, some of them were fucking ropes. They were dimes, perfect placement. I'll tell you, the one catch I think it was T. Higgins had where he kind of like ripped it out of the guy and scored. That was awesome. Awesome. The boys are playing for him. The boys are
still
playing.
got it. It's a shame that it's a shame that it's the Bengals, because there are teams that would probably fucking die to have him right now.
Oh, baby. I mean, but like to be fair, T. Higgins and Chase on like helps out. Big help. You know, like
that defense isn't helping anything though.
No, it's just so brutal. I mean, just brutal, dude. It's just I don't know, like what do you do, you know? What do you do? I mean, that last when the touchdown Loveland had, legit all the guy had to do was grab a leg. And
wrap him
like
up.
That's all he had to do.
He threw a weak shoulder shudder in there. Just wrap him up. Just grab something.
Slow
him down.
You don't even have to bring him down. Just hold on to him. There's another guy right there.
Slow him down.
Right. So, okay. I mean, wild game. Wild, awesome game. Good stuff. Benoit Payud, what do you got next, Sexy Pants?
All right. Speaking of NFC North upsets, Green Bay at home versus the Carolina Panthers.
What are we doing? What is Green Bay? What is Green Bay?
Green
what
Bay,
are we doing?
12.5-point favorites and lose. I think they were up to like 14-point favorites by the time the game started, and lose straight up to Carolina. That game, I kept watching I'm like, keep looking at the score. It's like 6-0.
Yeah.
6-0 for like into the third quarter. And then all of a sudden it's 13-6 Carolina. I kept waiting to see Green Bay do something. Apparently they lost their big milkman, Tucker Kraft.
Oh,
took a shot to the knee. When they asked the Green Bay coach about it, they're like, Tucker Kraft. He just was like, not good. Like he didn't want to talk about it. He didn't want to comment on it. I didn't see the injury. My little brother did. He said it looked like that's going to be an ACL and an MCL. So that might be it. But, they have a bevy of receivers. They were at home. They were wearing those old school looking uniforms with the pretend leather helmets. And apparently they played like back in the day where you weren't allowed to throw the ball forward because they mustered 6 points in this game. Is that true? Or did
the Panthers, it makes a difference. You know what I mean? It made all the difference in the world.
Oh, I mean, well, can I tell you this? Bryce Young wasn't slinging the fucking rock either. 20 pass attempts, 11 completions, 102 yards in the air, and 1 interception. Rico Dowdle, 25 carries, 130 yards, and 2 Tudowskis. I mean,
I guess that's what they are. You know what I mean? If they can get him going, then the Panthers are 33
rushing plays in the game. They had 53 plays total. 33 of them were rushing plays. I mean, dude, the Rico Dowdle, like, is there an award we can give a guy for carrying the team? Like the Atlas Award? Because he put this fucker on his back, bro. He's the reason they won this game, Rico Dowdle. That was like, oh my God. And then if you look at the Packers, numbies-wise, not a bad. I mean, Jordan Love, 37 attempts, 26 completions, 273 yards, no touchdowns, and he had a pick. But Josh Jacobs, 17 carries for 87 yards. Maybe they should have ran the ball a little more. And then Romeo Doubs, 7 receptions, 91 yards. So, I mean, dude, but I just,
Green Bay. Who are you?
What are you, Green Bay? What are you? Dude, I'm like, they were at one time. I was thinking they were going to compete with us for the NFC. But I mean, who are you? Who loses at home to Carolina?
I mean, I think they still.
They're sus, as the
Yeah,
kids would
I
say.
I agree. They're a little, iffy, but they're
They're
probably
skibbity
gonna
toilet,
make it. Yeah.
sus, no Riz, W swag. Like,
I think they'll still make the playoffs, but they're not,
well, I think so too. But look at their division. I mean,
yeah.
the division just is what is it? Like, what are the Lions? We don't know what the Lions are. You
Topsy
know?
turvy is what it is. I mean,
Yeah,
right
Like,
now
That
you
division's
got
going to be crazy because the Bears keep winning games.
dude,
You
the
know what
Bears
I
got
mean?
5 wins.
Yeah.
They
Speaking
got
of
5
sneaky
wins.
playoff teams. All of a sudden, your Carolina Panthers are in the playoff picture,
5
which
wins.
is
They got
yeah.
5 wins.
I mean, so they're
Yeah.
right there with everybody else.
All right, moving on.
Liam had the pack show on that one. Me and Maddie had Carolina. Now
Nice.
we get a little bit of love from Maddie here. Me and Liam thought that Houston was going to take care of business at home, laying 1.5, and Denver did what they continue to do, which is that Bo Nix looks like absolute dog shit for 3 straight quarters, and then in the fourth quarter comes alive, marches up and down the field a couple of times. They get a couple of scores, and there you have it.
11
Denver
points
wins
in the
Houston.
fourth quarter, babe.
Outright.
11 points in the fourth quarter. That's it.
That might be it for Houston, man. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of wins left on their schedule. CJ Stroud goes out with an injury, with a concussion. So Davis
so that's
Mills.
at least 2 games.
So Davis Mills was the one playing in the third and a half and fourth quarter for that game, which meant that there was no chance for Houston to move the ball.
I'll tell you, Bern. I mean, that AFC South is pretty weak. Like, they're playing. They have the Jags next week. They have the Titans the week after. Then they're playing the Bills. Then they're playing the Colts. Then they're playing the Chiefs. But then they play the Cardinals, the Raiders, and the Chart. Like, so they still got to play the Colts twice. But they got a couple wins in the bag. But yeah, I don't know. They're gonna have to beat some tough teams if they want to see the playoffs. That's for sure.
You're going to need 9 or 10 wins in the AFC to make the playoffs, and I just think Houston's probably. I think that was probably a game they had to have. Meanwhile, what's Denver 7-2? I mean, they're
7-2.
cruising now.
Yep.
They haven't beat anybody good except for the Chiefs.
They beat
early.
the Eagles, you fucking cunt.
Yeah, as I said, they haven't beat anybody good.
You motherless son of a goat. What? You want some numbies?
Hit me.
Bo Nix, 18 completions, 37 attempts, 173 yards, 2 Tudinskis, 1 Piccadilly. J.K. Dobbins, 15 carries, 61 yards. R.J. Harvey, 5 receptions, 51 yards and a touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 1 reception, 30 yards and a touchdown. And then if you're looking at Houston, Davis Mills, 30 pass attempts, 17 completions, 137 yards. And CJ Stroud, he had 10 attempts, 6. So they threw the ball 40 fucking times. Nick Chubb, 11 carries, 34 yards. Jaquavius Marks, 10 carries, 27 yards. So, I mean, 40 pass attempts, I don't know. Tough to, I know.
Yeah, 40 passes, and they scored 15 points on 5 field goals.
That's, wow.
So,
that's
good
defense.
punch.
Hey, Denver, I'll tell you, Denver's motto right now, bend, don't break. Bend, don't break.
Sure.
All right, what do we got next?
Next, we all took a bath on this one. We all had New England over Atlanta, while New England was able to squeak out the 1-point win. They did not cover the 2.5. All 3 of us take an L there. That was actually a pretty entertaining game. Again, the Falcons, I don't know who they are.
Drake London
Jr.,
right, Liam?
Ape shit, decent day for Penix. But when it was all said and done, they missed after scoring what should have been the game-tying touchdown. They chunked the extra point with 4 minutes left in the game.
Yep.
And that earned them a 24-23 loss to the New England Patriots.
That's gotta hurt because they needed that game. They played all the way to they needed that game so bad.
Oh,
the Falcons
big time.
did. And then they lose it because they miss an extra point. That's
dude, I'll tell you, Penix had a good day. 22 completions on 37 attempts, 222 yards, and 3 tuttorinos. Bijan Robinson, 12 carries, 46 yards. And then Drake London. I mean, Penix has got a favorite receiver, 9 receptions, 118 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I mean, what are we doing here, Daddy Q? What are we doing? And then Drake May, I mean, I'll tell you, this is the sign of a good team, right? Like, this is how you know old Vrabey has got a good team because they play, like, even when they don't play well, they still find a way to win. Drake May, 19 completions on 29 attempts, 259 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. And then rushing, Trayvon Henderson, 14 carries, 55 yards. Terrell Jennings, 11 carries, 35 yards. Drake May had 8 carries for 20 yards. And then Demario Douglas, 4 receptions for 100 yards and a touchdown. I mean, but if you look at it, he had 29 pass attempts, 29, 29 designated rushes. I don't know what the 8 to Drake May were. They could have been QB sneaks, but
Probably half of them were called and half of them were scrambled. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then if that's the case, then he went 29 and 29, and that's a balanced attack, and that's how you. I mean, playing smart. That's Vrabel's smart ball, Daddy. He plays smart fucking ball, dude. What are you gonna do? All right, let's keep it moving. What do you got next, Benoit?
All right, same deal with the next one. All three of us took a bath on this. The Chargers on the road laying 10.5 to Tennessee. Tennessee just frisky enough to cover this spread. They still lost 27-20 at home. Showed a little life. And again, watching this game, they were getting to Herbert that whole first half, man. The Chargers really have to figure out what's going on with that offensive line because when they protect Herbert, they look as good as anybody in the league. But when they don't, they're going to scrape out every game. And, Tennessee's
Is Herbert real?
When he's comfortable, he's like one of the top QBs in the league. The second yes. Once he gets comfortable and he's slinging, he's money.
He was their leading rusher this week. He had 9 carries for 57 yards and a touchdown. Again,
that's twice in 3 weeks that he's been their leading rusher.
19 completions for 19 completions on 29 attempts, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. I mean, and our boy Ladidi McConkey, Ladidi McConkey, 4 receptions, 56 yards.
Good old
Have you seen that Rich Eisen clip? Where dude, fucking what's his face from Key and Peele, right? Keegan-Michael Key was on Rich Eisen, and they had him read off some names.
Oh, nice! As
like
from that skit,
as
Mr. Garvey, and one of them was Lad McConkey, and he called him Ladidi McConkey. It was the best. Ladidi McConkey. Dude, Cam Ward, I mean, he's not there. So, all right, let's keep it moving. What do we got next? Benoit Payud Cussey.
Finishing up the 1 o'clocks. Shout outs to our resident genius, Lashmize. He smelled this indie stinker coming from a mile away. Me and Maddie roll with dimes. Liam said, no, I'm taking Pittsburgh at home. I don't like this. I don't like Pittsburgh 3-point home dogs. And the Steelers turned the Colts over 6 times in this game on Sunday.
Yep.
6
Dude, Liam smelled this trap game coming from 10 miles down the road, Poppy. Fucking saw it. Oh, what a I have to say, no one has loved Sir Daniel of Indiana more than us on this show. We've been pro Jonesy. We've been loving him up and down. Big fan of Indiana Jones. Big old Danny Dimes. Vanilla Vic. Been loving him up and down.
Played like shit this week.
50 pass attempts this week. 31 completions. 342 yards in the air. 1 touchdown and 3. Count them. 3 pickle jars, Daddy. I mean, no good. I mean... And then, but Jonathan Taylor, dude, you have 50 pass attempts. How many times you give Jonathan Taylor the ball? 14. What's the fuck? That's the fucking problem. That's the problem. Give him the fucking ball. Jonathan Taylor needs the fucking ball.
Sure does.
Yeah. I mean, you have the best running back in the league this year, and you're not giving him the ball. It just makes no sense.
Especially when you're fucking coughing it over 3 times. Like, give him the fucking ball. Aaron Rodgers, he had 35 attempts, 25 completions, 203 yards, and a touchdown. Jaylen Warren, 16 rushes, 31 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Calvin Austin Jr., 5 receptions, 56 yards. So, and then your boy Freiermuth, shout out all white team, 3 receptions, 27 yards, and a touchdown. Love the tight ends. Love them up, love them up. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Michael Pittman Jr. remains Daniel Jones' favorite target. 9 receptions, 115 yards. And then Alec Pierce, 6 receptions, 115 yards. So, you know, I mean, God, it's just I hate seeing it happen. Tyler Warren, 5 receptions, 26 yards. But I hate seeing it happen to our boy Indiana. Hopefully, hey, I'll tell you, he can.
Yeah, and I hate the Steelers too. You know,
he can pull a Jake Plummer and fold. Or he can come back and be the comeback player of the year he's been all year. Come back next week and fucking. They're playing the Falcons. Maybe fucking show out. Have a little fucking show at home in Indy and fucking drop some nuts on chins. All right, let's keep it moving. Yes. What do we got next?
All right, moving to the 4 o'clocks, guys. I don't want to give too much away for my picks this week, but I think I'm going to move away from continuing to choose New Orleans as my Zag team. They got absolutely waxed. Maddie and Liam saw it coming by the home Los Angeles Rams, 34-10.
What was the spread on that game?
13.5 points. The Rams covered it easily. New Orleans. By the way, the quarterback, it wasn't the rattlesnake. It's the guy's name is pronounced Shuck.
Tyler Shuck.
Hey, that really bad. That really bad Saints team. Who was their only win?
I believe they beat the New York Giants.
The New York Football Giants. Yep.
Yeah. So Liam and Maddie had the Rams. I thought 13.5. Let's Zag here. I think I'm going to probably move away from that strategy going forward. Who knows? Maybe I'll stick with it, but it seems to be the thing that's killing me the most right now. Rams do whatever they want. Stafford is having
can I give
a
you
career
some numbies?
Hit me.
Stafford's numbies: 32 attempts, 24 completions, 281 yards, and 4 tuggies, baby. 4 tug jobs, daddy. 4 under the blanket, spit in your palm tuggers. Kyron Williams, 25 carries, 114 yards, and a tuggy. Blake Corum, 13 carries, 58 yards. And then, I mean, I'll tell you one of the things about Stafford, he spreads it around. I mean, Puka Nacua had 7 receptions. Devontae Adams had 5 receptions. Davis Allen had 3 receptions. Tyler Higbee had 3. Like, he's spreading it around. Puka Nacua, 7 receptions, 95 yards, and a tugger. And then Devontae Adams, 5 receptions, 60 yards, and 2 tuggers. I mean, dude, Matthew Stafford, I mean, what can you say about the guy? You know? I mean, he broke plates on Jimmy Fallon, and ever since then, he's been a pro's pro.
People thought he might be available this year. They didn't think the Rams were going to re-sign him. There was a lot of talk of Stafford.
That was crazy, dude.
Maybe to New York or maybe to Pittsburgh, and they ended up finding a number they liked.
New York Jets or Giants?
No, Giants was the original thought.
God, would you have loved that, dude? Oh, he could have coached up your boy Jackson.
That was the plan, Stan. But no,
he'd be worth the fucking money. I'll tell you that. Imagine if you had Flacco right now, Benoit. How happy would you be with fucking Jersey Joe?
Yeah, but those guys need somebody to block for them, dude.
Yeah, they can't move at all.
They have to have Dart. They would be even worse off if they had Stafford. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they need a guy who can move around a little bit.
Yep.
Okay, let's keep it moving.
All right. Coming up next, we have the game that I believe I said, if this shows up on my television for even 1 second, I'm going to be pissed. That's right. The Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh,
However, Liam and I took the Raiders, who didn't cover the 3-point home spread. Maddie, you had the Jags, but unfortunately it was a 1-point game, so me and Liam are going to take that one. I think they ran like 3 straight quarterback sneaks at the end of Trevor Lawrence. Like I said, I didn't watch it, but Gino looks cooked. Brock Bowers is back.
yeah.
He had an absolute monster day. And the Raiders scored at the end and decided, we're going for the win. We're going for 2. We don't care. We don't want to go to overtime. We don't want to kick the extra point to tie this. Let's go for 2. And let's especially make sure we don't throw it to Brock Bowers, who had who was absolutely dominating that game. So you go for 2 and you're like, hit me with the numbers.
Brock Bowers, 12 receptions, 127 yards, and 3 tug jobs, Daddy. Yeah. I mean,
so whatever you do,
had 4 touchdowns today. He had 4 touchdowns.
Don't look for Brock Bowers at all in the 2-point conversion. Run him out there as a distraction. That's smart coach. Also, Pete Carroll was wearing a Raiders sweatsuit that I could only describe as supper time at the old folks' home. I mean, he looked like he was getting ready for a game of dominoes. It was just light gray on light gray. He looked like the nurse was coming to tuck him in. It might be time for Pete to hang it up after this.
Call it a life.
Shout out Brock Bowers, all white team. Okay. I mean, yikes. You want some numbies? I mean, these numbies are just, I mean, Gino, 29 for 39, 284 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a pick. Like, pretty good day.
Yeah, it's not good. Terrible.
Not a bad day.
I mean, your boy Brock went off. Ashton Jainty went off 5 receptions, 47 yards. He also had 13 carries for 42 yards. Like, they didn't, it just it stinks. I mean, but Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he didn't have the greatest day of all time. 34 attempts, 23 completions, 220 yards, and 1 pick. They ran the shit out of the fucking ball. I'll tell you that.
ATN
40 rushes, 40 fucking 40 rushes, dude. Travis, how do you say it? Anthony?
ATN.
Travis Etienne Jr., 22 carries for 84 yards. Yeah. Nothing doing. Let's move on. This fucking game, even talking about it's fucking
The Jags are 5-3.
5-3. They have 5
That's
fucking
crazy.
wins. How are they a 5-win fucking team? I think the Giants. If I'd put money on the Giants to fucking balls on chin the Jags right now, and they're 5-win. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Lucky for us, we don't get to play them.
Yeah.
Next game, Maddie and I had this one correct. Liam took the hit with Kansas City Buffalo. That was a game right there, fellas. That was a game right there. Josh Allen continues to beat up on the Chiefs in the regular season.
In the
regular season.
That's it. He won't beat him again. He'll see him in January, and it's not going to matter. He's not going to beat him in the fucking playoffs. He will not beat them again. This is the one he gets. It was a good game. It was good ball. It was good fucking ball, but he will lose at home to the Chiefs in fucking January.
Twice, by the way. They pulled out 2 tush pushes for Josh Allen. You remember they tried in the playoffs against the Chiefs last year and got stuffed. They pulled it out again today and got him into the end zone twice.
That big fucker dude, he must just murder Haley Steinfeld, Did
you see their Halloween costumes?
6'8". No, what was it?
Bobby Boucher and Veronica Vaughn. And she had a little sign. She had a little sign that said, "Do you want me to kill her?" It was great.
Awesome.
It was a good one.
She's so hot. Dude.
Or Vicky Valancourt, you mean? Bobby Boucher and Vicky Valancourt?
Vicky Valancourt. Yeah, not Veronica Vaughn. Veronica Vaughn was... Man, Sandler likes those alliterations, right? Yeah, it was. Vicky Valancourt.
Veronica Vaughn is one fine piece of H.
Of H.
All right, what we got next?
Next, we're going to the Sunday night game. This was, again, Liam took the hit on this one. Maddie and I had Seattle. Liam had Washington. Talk about a collapse for Washington. They lose 38-14. Jaden Daniels dislocates his non-throwing elbow in the game. He had a great rookie year. He just it's like he plays 2 or 3 games, gets hurt, plays 2 games, gets hurt. They're going to shut him down for a while. I think we're going to be looking at Mariota for the rest of the year because I think
season's over.
I think the commodes, as Liam put it so
The
eloquently last week,
commodes.
I think their playoff hopes are pretty much a wrap.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was the end of the season for Jaden Daniels, and the Seahawks continue to look like the real deal. That NFC West is going to be fun. The Seahawks, the Rams, the Niners, everyone's playing. And as we speak right now, apparently Arizona's up 27-17 in the fourth quarter on Dallas.
I thought it was 27. Oh, okay.
Love to see
Liam,
it.
what's your
Yes.
thoughts on Seattle? Because I had said they were real. Liam had a take on this, please.
I think, so I do think they're a good team, but like they're going to make the playoffs and everything. But they turn the ball over too much. They are
Good teams
31st
don't turn
in
the
the
ball
league.
over.
Yeah, their offense doesn't take care of the ball. So I don't know.
All
Maybe they take care of that. You know what I mean? Maybe they coach that, but I don't know. I see them getting to like the first round knocked out, you know.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if that's how it plays out.
I think
Nice.
JSN is a legit number 1 receiver. That guy had 120 yards in the first half yesterday.
All right. Very good. Let's keep it moving. We won't know the score till the final of the Cowboys Cardinals. You know, unfortunately, is what it
as
is.
it stands, Matt's the only one who took Arizona. So he's going to win this week 7-5-4. Potentially, if Arizona wins, 8-5-4.
You know why? You know why I took Arizona, Liam, and you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself, Liam.
Because
No, I
of
took 'em.
Jacoby?
No, because
Oh.
you took the Cowboys, you cunt.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
All right.
guys, Kyler Murray is healthy and available to play with no drawbacks, and they still started Jacoby Brissett tonight.
Why
take
wouldn't
what
they?
you will.
Jacoby's been having a fucking awesome year. We've been saying it for fucking months.
I'm just saying
Months.
that's bad. That's bad juju for Kyler right there.
Yeah,
He's 100%
that's a bad
healthy,
fucking sign,
and
dude.
he's not, starting or playing tonight. And they're up, I guess, like I said, 27-17 in the fourth. So Jacoby continuing to get it done.
All right, let's keep it moving. So that was last week's picks. Shout out to us. We're fucking geniuses. Let's move on to next week's picks. LeSchmigley, you're going to take the reins on this. Get started. What's the first game, Daddy?
All right. First game is we got the Raiders at the Broncos. Broncos are favored by 9.5.
Wait, is it the Broncos or is it the Ravens?
Broncos.
Raiders at Broncos.
Yep.
Yeah. So Raiders at Broncos. Broncos are minus 9.5. The Raiders did a whole lot.
Go ahead.
Raiders did a whole lot of nothing last week. For the first 3 quarters, they did a whole lot of nothing. I know it's a division game. I know 9.5 is a lot, but Raiders give me no reason to go for them, so I'm saying Broncos minus 9.5.
Man, I don't know. The Broncos defense has been playing so well. Like, I think Geno might have had 4 touchdowns against the Jags, but I don't see him getting 3 touchdowns against the Broncos. And then the Broncos, I think, are going to have, I think they're going to have a pretty decent day. 9.5 is a lot, though. But it's in Mile High. But I've been taking the Broncos the last couple weeks. I'm going to take the Broncos. Benoit.
I'm going to roll with 9.5's a lot. It's too much. I just don't think. I think Denver, for whatever reason, keeps it close. They seem to be playing to their strength of their opponents, and I can see this one being kind of a slog. I'm going to take the 9.5 with Las Vegas.
Okay, very good. What do you got next, Schmigley?
Next, we have Falcons at the Colts. Colts are minus 5.5. Atlanta finally has a QB. They barely lost to the Patriots, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Indy is first in the NFL in points, first in yards per play. I'm taking the Colts minus 5.5.
I'm going to go with the Falcons. I don't think, and 5.5 is too much, and I think that Michael Penix is going to connect with Drake London, and it's going to be a bit of a shootout. I think the Colts will win, but I don't think I think it'll be closer than people think. So I'm going with the Falcons on this. Benoit.
I'm going to roll with Indy coming off the loss, and I feel like the Falcons are kind of an every other game team. I like them
Mm.
way more at home than I like them on the road. This is their second straight road game.
Still in the dome, though. Still in the dome.
That 5.5 number is perfect. Like it's almost a coin flip. But I'm going to roll. I'm going to see. I'm going to go with a little bounce back from Indy here after their poorest showing in the year.
I'll tell you this. If Danny Jones doesn't have a bounce back, this could be the start of an unraveling.
Oh my gosh! Sorry, did I say that game was in Indy? No, it's in Berlin.
No, it's in Berlin.
It's in Berlin.
Okay. All right. Yes.
Oh my God! Whoa! Changes everything. I thought we were getting a domer. I'm gonna go with the Colts. Sorry, changing my thing. Right. I thought it was a dome. I thought that at least Penix could put up some numbers in the dome and it'd be a shootout in Berlin. First time Penix is traveling across the pond to play. No, not doing it.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. What's next?
All right. Next, we have the Giants in Chicago at the Bears. Chicago is favored by 3.5. Okay. Chicago has won 5 of their last 6 games.
They're not fucking real, though.
And Chicago covered last week against Cincy, who appears to be a better team than New York. So I will take the Bears laying the 3.5.
I will take the Bears as well because fuck the Giants. No other reason needed.
And I will take the Giants because fuck you guys.
Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough. All right, what do we got next?
All right, next we have the Jags at Houston. Houston is -1.5. And Stroud is in concussion protocol. So.
Oh boy. So who's playing?
Davis Mills.
Yes.
All right.
Big, thick-neck Davis Mills.
And while Stroud was out, Houston could not score a touchdown. Okay? Jags are 5-3. They're 4-0-1 in their last 6 versus the division against the spread. So I think Jags win outright, dude. So I'm taking them.
I'm taking the Jags as well. Burn, your thoughts.
That's a dick shake and triple shake right there. Jacksonville.
Love a nice dick shake and triple shake. You know I love shake and triple dicks. What do we got next with Schmigley?
Next we got the Ravens at Vikings. Ravens are favored by 4.5. I'm not sure why everybody's excited about J.J. McCarthy, or that sounded like they were. Completed 14 passes, and he didn't even throw for 150 yards.
I say one thing.
No, I know it wasn't just you. It wasn't just you. While I'm watching the game, you know what I mean? They're acting like this guy. Fucking me threw a pick. Even
today, like the pundits today were like, "Oh, JJ, they might have found their."
Yeah.
Did they?
No.
Like, yeah, whatever. Vikings are getting smoked. Give me the Ravens -4.5.
I agree. I'm with the Ravens as well. I think too. This is part of, like, we talked about this last week, that the Ravens were still favored to win the NFC North, and this is part of their trek back. Lamar's back. They have a somewhat light part of their schedule coming up. This is where they get a lot of momentum. They could break off 4 wins in a row and get right back in the chase, be right back in the hunt, finish the season on a heater, and be hot going into the playoffs. I really like the Ravens here, and I like the Ravens to win the next couple weeks. But I'm, barring any major injuries, but I'm taking Ravens. What about you, Benoit Payud-Kase?
I'll take Mini at home with the points. I think you guys make a lot of good points. I think this one is a game that I definitely don't feel comfortable betting. The Ravens have shown they don't really stop anyone, and while JJ might just be okay, couple running backs, couple receivers, tight end, I think they got some weapons. If JJ could just not turn the ball over, I think they can hang around in this game. I think Baltimore ultimately wins, but I'll take the 4.5.
Do you think the Vikings are going to be able to have 38 rushing attempts again this week?
They better try.
They're going to need to.
They better try.
They just got to, if they play to protect the quarterback, that's their only shot. But all right,
Mhm.
but that means
Uh,
that their defense has got to slow down Lamar. They're gonna need a lot more time on offense. They're gonna have to control the clock. Like they're not gonna have to play from behind. Like a lot of what ifs for them to play that protect the quarterback
I mean,
scheme. But
they were able to get that defense was able to get to Goff and make him really, really, really uncomfortable.
true.
So,
And
so I
yeah,
think
okay.
they got to
You're not
similar.
good
They
point.
got to do a similar something similar. They got to dial up the same game tone this week for Baltimore.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
yep. All right. Next, we got Saints at Panthers. Panthers are favored by
Oh,
5.5. I thought the Titans were the worst team in the league, but the Saints made a very good argument for them being
Compelling,
the worst team.
compelling
In the,
case.
when Taysom Hill is your top rusher with 30 yards, you're fucked. Okay.
yeah.
The only game the Saints covered the spread on any of their losses was when Buffalo laid 14.5, and they still barely did it. They lost by 12. Okay.
Ugh.
So give me the Panthers minus 5.5.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm taking the Panthers too. It's at home for them. Also, like this is an NFC South matchup. It's just this is one of those ugly matchups that you're just like, oy vey. You know, this is like the Jags and Raiders last week. I don't really want to watch it, but it's not that bad. But yeah, I'm taking the
Yeah.
Panthers. Burn your thoughts. Are you gonna zag when you should have
Yeah,
zigged?
I'm gonna zag. Panthers are hot right now. Let's see if they're a real team. Let's see if they can come home and take care of business against that's what
Okay.
real teams do.
They're
They beat up on
rallying
shitty
off a
teams,
big win.
coming off a
Rallying off
big
a
win.
big win.
But that win doesn't mean jack shit if you go home and then lose to the Saints.
Very
So
true.
Yeah, agreed.
let's see if they can get it done. I'll take the
Who you,
Panthers.
okay. Love it. Love it. Want more of it. Okay.
All right. Next, we got Buffalo at Miami. Buffalo is minus 9.5. Okay. Well, we did see Miami was back to their old selves. They kind of came back, but they had a nice little break because they played on Thursday. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So,
Mhm.
and Buffalo is only 2-4 against the spread their last 6 games, and 9.5 is kind of a lot. So I am actually going to take the shitty Dolphins plus 9.5.
9.5's a lot, dude. I don't know. I mean, they when they won, they played in a dome against the Falcons. Like, and that's when Tua had his big game. But last
Mm-hmm.
week they went back to being dog shit against a good, tough team with the Ravens. I think you're gonna face another good, tough team at home, and it's gonna be the Bills coming off a monster win against the Chiefs. I don't see Miami doing this. I see the pain train continuing to roll for McDaniels and crew. I really like Buffalo here, and shout out Bobby Boucher and Vicky Valancourt.
I mean, these guys played week 3 on Thursday night. The Bills were at home laying 12.5 and only won 31-21. The Dolphins were able to keep it close week 3. Now that week 3 team looked a lot different than this current Miami
Tyreek
team
Hill
looks.
was playing.
Tyreek Hill was playing and played well. I really this is tough. I really like Buffalo as a squad. 9.5 on the road is tough. They keep losing defensive players. No, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll Buffalo. I'm gonna roll Buffalo. Liam, I think you make a good point. This is probably the toughest pick I've had to do all week, but I'll take Buffalo laying the big number in South Florida.
All right, what do we got next?
All right, we got the Browns at the Jets. Both
Oh,
teams coming off of a
baby.
bye. Jets are favored by 1.5. Okay, and the Jets before the
Jets
bye
are
got their
favored?
first. Jets are favored by one and
So
a
they're
half.
minus 1.5.
Yes.
What a country. What a country.
Yeah.
What a
So they're
world we
both,
live
like
in.
I said, they're both coming off a bye. Jets just had their first win before that. I think this is gonna. Are we talking about a Jets winning streak? I think so. Jets have the edge here because they have the third most rush yards per game, and that's about all I could find positive on either of these teams. So give me the Jets minus 1.5.
Man, I'm gonna go with the Browns. I just don't see it. I mean, the Browns aren't anything special either, but I don't know. This is a trap game written all over it. Whatever it is, you're losing no matter what you do. Burn, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts?
Yeah, give me Cleveland. I just think the Jets are, you're right, they can rush the ball, but they're so one-dimensional and they can't throw it at all. Cleveland's got a good D. I gotta feel like they're gonna, they've had a week to prepare for this game. They're playing at the Meadowlands, so no one runs well there
Yeah.
with that disgusting turf. Give me Cleveland, but I will hold my nose and take the Browns on this.
Yeah, one thing I know about you, Burn, you love Brown D. So, okay, let's keep it moving. What do
Brown
we
D.
got
Alright.
next?
Next, we got probably the game of the
Oh,
week. All
yeah,
right.
baby.
We
Talk to
got
me.
Patriots at the Bucks. Bucks
What
are
a
favored
test.
by 2.5. You got two MVP candidates. I'm just gonna say the Patriots were just in a close one, and the Bucks are coming off of a bye. So give me the Bucks minus 2.5.
Man. I mean, dude, I'll tell you, one, it's in Tampa, so they get a nice warm weather game.
Yep.
But I don't know. I think too, I love Baker rising to the occasion. I do. He does. He's done it against us too many fucking times. I think Baker comes out guns blazing. I think the Patriots play smart ball, but I think Baker comes out and fucking puts up a big number. He wants this. He wants to win. He wants to show everyone he's for real. I'm taking the Bucks as well.
Yeah, tick, shake, and triple shake. Bucky Irvin
Love.
back. Bucky Irvin back this week, coming off a bye. Now we know it's the 2.5 scary because we know that every game the Bucks play, it's a close game. They are battle tested. They only play close games,
Yeah.
but less than
Yep.
a field goal at home. I'll take Tampa Bay.
Yeah. All right, what's
All
next?
right. Next, we're starting the 4 o'clock games here. We got Cardinals at Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by a touchdown. Okay. The Cardinals have lost their last 5 games, but those games were close, a lot of them. It's a division game. 7 points is a lot. Seattle does look good. I know. I know you guys. They definitely have weapons and everything, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling the turnovers and everything. And this just I feel like it has upset written all over it too. It's a
Yeah.
division game. Give me the Cardinals plus the 7.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, I think 7's too big of a number the way Jacoby Brissett's been playing. And I love that they're starting him, starting him over fucking, whatchamacallit, what's his name? Kyler Murray. I love that. So give me Jacoby to cover the 7, and I think we're going to be fucking good. I'm taking Cardinals all day. Benoit Payud, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, we're shaking again. Cardinals still are up 27-17 over the Cowboys with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Their defense seems to be shoring up a little bit. Jacoby, like Liam said, Seattle turns the ball over a lot. Brissett does not. So 7
Love it.
points is a lot in that situation. I got to
A
go.
lot.
I love Seattle. I think they're the cream of that division, but I think that's
Yeah.
too many points. I'm going Arizona.
Nice. What do we got next?
All right, next we got the LA Rams at the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, Cali battle.
The Rams are favored by 3.5 on the road, and Rams are 9-2 against the spread the last 11 games, and 4-1 against the spread the last 5 games in San Francisco. And San Francisco doesn't play very good. They're 1-4 against the spread last 5 games against anyone. Anyway, San Francisco is almost last in the league in sacks, and if there's one guy you do not want to let get comfortable, it's Stafford. So give me the Rams minus 3.5.
Man, this is too much. I agree. I don't think the Niners are real. They're getting away winning games, but I don't think they're real. I think the Rams are a real team. They play fucking tough ball, and agreed. You got to get to Stafford, otherwise you have no hope. I'm taking the Rams as well. Burn.
Same, guys. I can't. I'm looking for a place to zag, but this is not my place to zag here. I agree. I don't know how San Francisco's doing it. You watch them play; they look like a decent team, but they don't look like world beaters by any stretch of the imagination. And I don't think the Rams are afraid of going in there. Even when the Rams sucked and the Niners were good, the Rams used to go in there and beat them all the time. So yeah, I'm taking the Rams as well.
Perfect. What's next?
Okay. Next, we got the Lions at Commanders. Lions are favored by 7.5. Jaden Daniels is out, and Washington is stuck with Mariota. I say fucking forget about it. With Mariota 7.5 ain't enough. Lions are gonna smoke them. Give me them minus the 7.5.
Even if Jaden Daniels was still in, this is the revenge game from last year's divisional round in the NFC playoffs. Like this is a big game for the Lions. This is a circle it on the schedule game. Campbell's gonna have them revved and ready to go. Even if the commode still had Jaden Daniels, I'd still take the Lions, but Lions all the way with this one. Especially, no Jaden Daniels on the commodes. Forget it. Forget
Game
it.
over.
Game over.
Yep.
Yeah, if you
Burn,
don't think Dan
zigging?
Campbell, yeah, no, I'm not saying. If you don't think Dan Campbell's had this one circled on the schedule all year after that playoff bounce last year,
Oh, baby.
listen, even with let's say Jaden Daniels is playing, this is probably a 4.5 point spread, 5.5 point spread, Lions all the way. So we will have no separation at the 4 o'clock, guys. We all like Arizona, we all like Detroit, we all like the Rams.
Hey, great minds
Okay,
think alike, and
I
we
got a
love a nice
feeling-
dick shake and triple shake.
I got a feeling we're gonna have a separation here. So I think that's the Sunday night game, isn't it?
Yeah, Steelers at Chargers.
Steelers at Chargers is the Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so got Steelers at Chargers is -3. Okay, Chargers are favored by 3.
Okay.
LA struggled for a little bit there with the Titans, which is crazy. And you know what Pittsburgh does? They get teams to, fumble and throw picks. So, they're second in the league in turnovers. That defense is Steelers. So I am going to zag on the Steelers for the second week in a row. I'm going to take Steelers +3.
I'm with you. I'm going with the Steelers as well. One, it's in Cali. I think whatchamacallit is going. I think that Rodgers is going to play well in California. And I don't know. I agree. I don't think the Chargers are real. And I think the Steelers are just going to be too tough mentally and physically for them. But the Chargers are favored by 3.
Yes.
So, yeah, forget it. It's Steelers to win outright, if you ask me.
I'm zagging
Yeah.
here. I'm taking the Chargers at home. This game has push written all over it. This game has 27-24 Chargers written all over it. This is a push. No one's getting a win on this one. I'll take the Chargers.
That's definitely possible. And you know what the Monday night game is?
Game of the week, baby.
At Packers. Okay, so you got the Philadelphia Eagles against the Packers. Packers are favored by 2.5. Dude,
what?
Yes, that's it's
I was
fucking disrespectful. It's disrespectful, is what it is. It is absurd.
When I guessed this line, I guessed Philly -2.5.
Yeah.
I thought Philly was going to be a 2.5 point favorite on the road.
So I'm going to get Eagles with points against the Packers. I'll fucking take it all day. The Eagles are 10-4 against the spread for their last 14 games. 4-1 against this. 4-1 against the spread last 5 versus Green Bay. 4-1 straight up versus Green Bay last 5. 8-2 against the spread the last 10 on the road. 9-0 versus NFC North opponents the last 9. 9-0 versus the last 9 games played in November. This is when the Birds fucking cook, dude. They guarantee they win this game.
Yep. And they're fucking coming off a bye. If you look at Sirianni's record off the bye, he's got the Andy Reid fucking juice off the bye. You kidding me? He loves off the bye. He gets him going off the bye. Coming off the bye, nuts on chins, Birds all day. Benoit, zag all you want, you fucking chode.
Go, Pack, go. If only to make this interesting. Like I said, when I guessed the line on this, I thought the Eagles be favored by 2.5. But let's make it interesting. I'm not going to sit there and root for the Eagles. Let's be honest. I would love to be on this podcast next week talking to you guys while the Pack are throwing the ball all over the yard in the frozen tundra. Give me the Packers.
All right, nice. Let's keep it moving. Let's head out. Burn, do you got someone for us for guess the player, guess the dude?
Who that dude? I do have a who that dude. Anybody who's not familiar with the rules, I'm going to give Matt and Liam 3 facts about a player, and they're then going to each be able to ask a question and then venture a guess if they want. If they don't have a guess, then we're just going to keep rinsing and repeating. Okay?
Here we go.
All right. first fact about this player. We saw his professional career. Watch this guy play. He is 5'11", 210 pounds. And he attended, let's see, and he was a 6th round pick in the NFL draft, the 196th overall pick. In the 1995 NFL draft.
What 100 and what pick?
196 overall.
Okay.
6th rounder.
In what year?
95.
Okay. 95. We saw his whole career. God, for some reason I just
we were young.
5'11".
We were young. He was drafted in 95, so we were young. But we definitely. For some reason,
Mark Brunell just came to my mind. I don't know why, but okay. Let's keep it moving.
Hit me with some questions.
Did this person play offense?
Yes.
Okay. Liam, ask if they played quarterback.
Did this person play quarterback?
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so he's shorter.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Okay, Byrne, please provide us with some stuff.
This person was a 3-time Pro Bowler, 96 through 98.
96 through 98. So they came in hot. Okay. Did this person play running back?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Liam, you got a question?
Yeah. Did this person win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Any yeses?
Running back won a Super Bowl. Did they win? No, I don't have a guess. I have another question. Go ahead, Vern.
Not only did they win a Super Bowl, they were a Super Bowl MVP.
Okay. All right. A running back that was a Super Bowl MVP. Can I ask, did they win 2 Super Bowls?
They did win 2 Super Bowls.
Okay. All right. Liam.
Back to back, in fact.
Okay. Yep. Cool. All right. Go ahead, Liam. What do you got?
Oh man.
Ask if they won NFL MVP.
They win NFL MVP?
1998 NFL MVP.
1998 NFL MVP.
All right, give us another stat, Vern.
Career rushing yards, 7,600 rushing yards.
Okay.
And this 60 rushing touchdowns.
Was this person on the cover of Madden?
I believe so.
Yep. Okay. Liam,
I believe so.
Ask if this person played in the AFC West.
This person play in the AFC West.
Sure did.
All righty. All right, Vern, give us a thing.
This person has a great football nickname.
Was this person all right, I don't want to say this. Is it Terrell Davis?
And they won 2 in a row.
It is Terrell Davis, ladies and gentlemen. TD himself, number 30 for the Denver Broncos.
Think about it, Liam. Who won back to back?
Didn't he say smoke 6? Yeah. Broncos?
Yeah, he did. He did say that.
Yeah.
He's a stud.
2-time Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, NFL MVP, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, 3-time All-Pro, but a relatively short career for TD.
Yeah.
Probably the cigs. Dude, if you would have said he smoked cigs, I would have. That would have
got it right away.
Yeah, I would have gotten it
first try. Love it. All right. Well, speaking of smoking cigs and getting it first try, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast presents The Retorted Show. I'm Matt Lavelle. He's Byrne Pockstein. He's Liam Reese. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content and all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You have us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. Join us on Twitter and TikTok at Working P Pod. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe and keep bringing us incredible content. We love you guys so much, and thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Thanks. See ya!